I think 4 years ago you were approached by the library saying, are there any opportunities for us to deliver some information literacy sessions?
Yeah, I think that was it. I think there was some literacy sessions in another module that my module was at the time replacing. So yeah.
And in maths we definitely addressed that there was further opportunity to deliver information literacy to the school, just to bring it in parity with the things that other students were receiving on other courses in the university.
Which is often not necessarily seen as something that's straightforward for mathematics, right? We sometimes as a subject get pinned into, maths is a bit different, and we're probably guilty of doing that ourselves, of constantly saying it is different. So the module in question is a first year module being taught to all our, it's a core module being taught to all our first years over both semesters. And in the first semester, the students learn to program, and in the second semester, the students go and form companies of 4 in which they use the skills that they learned in the first semester as well as their mathematical skills to kind of pick up enterprise from an enterprise point of view, where they have to add value through something. And a big part of that is to research the market, to research the technologies, and that's where you come in.
Yeah, so I came along and delivered an interactive guest lecture. We taught students how to use library databases to find information, plan their search strategy, avoid plagiarism, and then cite and reference in LaTeX, so using the LaTeX software that they taught in the module. So we teach them how to cite and reference using that, BibTeX files and the JabRef management software. So we deliver some materials that directly support the assessment that they do.
Yeah, exactly. And the real best part about it is that it's, I think, over the years working together, it's really become embedded within, and that's a big part to yourself that you've kind of said, what do you want? And it's really perfect now in that it's exactly helpful information and helpful skills that the students need, not only from the point of view of ensuring they get that digital literacy, but actually from their mathematical education as well. So it's a truly embedded thing.
That's what we want from the library as well, to deliver something that we know is directly benefiting the work that the students are doing. Well, I think it's just important that the librarian and the lecturers talk together and discuss the relevance of the materials, exactly what the students need and how we can support them. So we knew there was a big emphasis on marketing as part of their project, so we definitely made sure we wanted to involve marketing databases in the session that we delivered, and with the citing and referencing as well. So it wasn't just normal citing and referencing in Word, they do it in LaTeX, so we wanted to make sure that our materials were tailored specifically to support citing and referencing in LaTeX.
I think that discussion was the vital point, because it became clear to me that, not that it's obvious, but that you did just want me to tell you what I needed, right, and what the students needed. And as soon as that happened, I think it was great.
We do a few sessions for other maths modules, but they're more standalone and outside of the timetable. This is the only one that's really integrated into the module, part of the timetable, and sort of supports assessment.
And I think that's vitally important, because I've actually had discussions with members of staff who've had these sessions where they are a bit standalone, and I've kind of said, well, no, you need to work with the librarian to make it an embedded part, and it will add value to the whole module and to the student experience. So I think it's important that it gets integrated properly.
Yeah.
And that it's, from the lecturer's point of view, it's not necessarily that much work to get it integrated properly. Like you do all the work, so which is wonderful.
Yeah, I think if I had any advice to give to any lecturers who wanted to sort of teach information literacy as part of their modules or as their course, it would be to really make it an integral part of the course and part of the timetable and support learning. Yeah.
It's part of the marking scheme, right? In my module,
sure,
it's part of the marking scheme in the module outcomes. So students know this isn't just some session, this is an important session. And also what's really nice is when you see students using the skills they learn because it's in the marking scheme, but then you do see some of the students who really perform well, who don't do it because they have to, but do it because they really learned something and really do grow a bit more than they would if I was just doing it myself.
we asked for feedback at the end of my session just for the library purposes, and it was all really encouraging and really positive, and it was really a positive experience for us to see maths students directly benefit from something that the library can teach them, because it's not traditionally something that, you know, not a course that's necessarily got that much involvement with the library, but so that was really nice and really positive.
Yeah, and likewise, I think the perhaps less tangible feedback that I see from the point of view of the final assessment they do is that you see the students that do then are able to really place their entrepreneurial work within the framework of what's been done. So by looking at all these databases and by referencing previous work and really search for things that they wouldn't have otherwise found.
Yeah, and also so this year was the first year that we really taught the LaTeX content, and you can really see the difference in the bibliographies that I marked last year and this year, how much the students have come on.
True.
I like the strategy that we did where I come along and give a guest lecture, or you do co-teaching. I think just cooperation between the subject librarian and the lecturer is a really good way to do it, and like we said, make it an integral part of the course that's just a seamless part, not just an extra thing outside of the timetable that students do. I think that's probably the most important way to approach it.
And I just echo that. I think the initial conversation and understanding that it's not, you know, that we are working together, so to speak, and how the lecturer can clarify or explain exactly what it is that's needed for the purpose of the course, which then helps it being embedded in the second way, which from my point of view felt like that's all you wanted me to do, was to really help you know how to help me, so to speak.
It's really beneficial to have the lecturer involvement. In a computer science one that we've done as well for the National Software Academy, a lecturer came along and she was able to expand on some of the points that I was saying and really relate them to the work that the students were doing at the time. So just the cooperation is a real advantage.